यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा
विष्णुपाद कचेरी स्त्रोत्र शतक के सभी चरणारविंद भक्तवेंद्र स्वामी श्री रूपाद की जय। विष्णुपाद जी कचेरी स्त्रोत्र से श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री रूपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ऑल ग्लोरीज टू समल लॉर्ड हरे कृष्ण ऑल ग्लोरीज श्री गुरु श्री गौरांग श्री रूपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुनन्दतारण परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्येश्वरं। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिते नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारणे शून्यवाद पश्चात धारणे। Today we are reading from Srimad Bhāgavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 30, Text number 19. यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सरबसेक्षणौ भीमौ सरबसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रष्टहृदय सदृष्ट्वा त्रष्टहृदय सकृन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति सकृन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति
यमदूतो तदा प्राप्तो भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदया शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदया शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदया शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदयः शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदया शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ सदृष्ट्वा त्रस्तहृदया शक्रिन्मूत्रं विमुञ्चति यमदूतौ तदा प्राप्तौ भीमौ सर्वसेक्षणौ
Yamadutau, two messengers of Yamaraj. Tada, at that time, Praptau, arrived. Bhimo, terrible. Sarabasa, full of wrath. Ikshanau, their eyes. Saha, he. Drishtva, seeing. Trashta, frightened. Hridayaha, his heart. Sakrit, stool. Mutram, urine. Vimunchati, he passes. Translation. At death, he sees the messengers of the Lord of death come before him, their eyes full of wrath, and in great fear he passes stool and urine. Purport. There are two kinds of transmigration of a living entity after passing away from the present body. One kind of transmigration is to go to the controller of sinful activities, who is known as Yamaraj, and other is to go to the higher planets, up to Vaikuntha. Here Lord Kapilnath describes how persons engaged in activities of sense gratification to maintain a family are treated by the messengers of Yamaraj called Yamadutas. At the time of death, the Yamadutas become the custodians of those persons who have strongly gratified their senses. They take charge of the dying man and take him to the planet where Yamaraj resides. The conditions there are described in the following verses. Hare Krishna. Very scary, right? How many of you want to? So, let me read the translation. At the death, he sees the messengers of the Lord of Death come before him, their eyes full of wrath, and in great fear he passes stool and urine. How many of you want to see the picture of Yamaduta? You want to see? Do you want to see the picture of Yamaduta? Only one person is raising hand. Two. Huh? Why or why not? That's a, no, why not? I have it actually here. I'll show it to you. So, very interestingly, anyway, definitely I'll show you. I use that as, during Ajamil's story, I show that picture actually. So, human life is actually meant for self-realization. Anyway, I don't want to hold you off, suspense. So, the beauty of the picture is, this was the Yamaduta seen by that person. He personally drew it because nobody was believing him. And half an hour later he went into coma and he died probably 15 years ago. This is not, I'm not telling a time pass story. This is real. But very interesting, I was involved in this story, that's it. Maybe, Krishna felt, the only thing, this tongue was colored by the person relative, but this is the one. He personally, the beauty of this, he personally drew this, and less than 7-8 hours he passed away. Can you see? It was drawn by him. That person passed away 14 years ago. Very interestingly, nobody could see that person, only he could see. Because nobody was believing him, he himself drew it, and then he went into the coma, and the next day early morning he died. The person who invited me to the program, she brought that picture, scanned it and sent it to everyone. In the name of social parties and all, we do so many wrong things, not knowing what is going to happen. How many of you want to hear this story? Yes. Actually, I have a few more stories like this. Not just one. I'm serious. So, we are all in the airport. Where are we? See, I'm honest with you. You may be thinking I'm joking. No. We are all in the airport. Some people take a flight to go to, some people take domestic flights. Some people go to different parts of earth. Some people take, flights for extra, other planet systems. Some people take flights to go to Africa, Ethiopia. Some people will take flights to India too. Some people will take flights to lower planets, subterranean regions. How long are we staying in this airport? Not more than 70-80 years. But we are all in the airport. But fortunate souls who can utilize human life perfectly will take a flight to Golok Vrindavan, but never to come back. But we are all in the JFK airport. So, what is that? That's what Prabhupada is writing here. So, the modern civilization, Prabhupada calls it a soul-killing civilization. What is this civilization? Soul-killing civilization. One day, I went to one person and asked, why are you not coming to the programs? He said, you guys, you speak a lot about death. It's very inauspicious. That's why I don't want to come. Wow. So, they want to, which is very scary, they want to just cover it up. Like an ostrich. I don't know how many of you know the ostrich mentality. The tiger starts chasing ostrich. After some time, that ostrich cannot run any faster, so tired, buries the head in the sand, thinking there is no tiger. And the tiger will come and wait until the panting is done and very coolly eats the ostrich. That is our mentality today, actually. So, 2008, my visa, what is that? My visa was rejected, extension visa, and I had to go back to India. I went back and started living in Chowpatty Temple, Mumbai. One day I got a phone call. This lady, she said, I came from America. It's already 3 weeks now. Next week I'm going back to America. But can you come and do a program? Part of our programs, you know. I said, I'll do it. So she called me on Thursday, one Thursday. She said, so I'm inviting my nearby relatives from nearby cities. And Friday morning she called me and said, already 150 relatives are here. Locally another 150 people will come, 300 people. So the program is scheduled on Saturday evening. And Sunday night my flight back to America. Then I called her and said, a few hours later, I'm sitting in the train from Mumbai to Hyderabad. And I tell somebody to come and pick me up. I'm reaching there 3 o'clock. Program is 7 o'clock, even if 1-2 hours delay is there, no problem. She said, no, this many relatives come, they already came, the locals will come. If not, at least 250, 300 people will be here. I said, yes. I told her, train is about to leave in 5-10 minutes. Just to let you know, I have boarded the train. But neither she nor I knew that the program would not happen. If only we knew, we would have cancelled the program. So it's an overnight journey. And I was in the train. This lady, this Mataji, she has a cousin sister. Husband is an engineer. Saturday morning, I was still in the train. You know, an engineer by profession, early, maybe mid-40s. He called his wife and said, I'm sorry for whatever I have done to you. I have not taken good care of you in the family life. Please forgive me. He said that. This lady was so happy. First time husband is asking for forgiveness. You know? She said between wife and husband, always there are disagreements, that's okay. She said, you get up very early. It's already 7 o'clock. Why are you still in the bed? I said, a little feverish. I'm not feeling well. I want to take some rest. But please forgive me. She was so happy. And she was, you know, as usual, mother of 2, and she busied herself taking care of the household affairs. Around 7:30, he called her back. Now the story starts. He said, there is somebody standing next to me. He's telling, he's taking me with him. She looked, nobody. She said, nobody. He said, only I can see him, you cannot see. He's an engineer, he's not like any crazy guy, a powerful personality, performer, running the family affairs, so you cannot take him for granted. So she said, but she was so happy, husband asked for forgiveness. And she went inside. I tell this to Indians actually. Today Hinduism is 50% Sai Babaism actually. There are so many followers of Sai Baba. She went inside and she brought a picture of Sai Baba. She applied little vibhuti on the forehead. And she said, everything will be all right, you keep the picture with you. And around 8 o'clock he called her and said, whatever picture you hold, this person is telling, I'll take you with me. She said, please close your eyes and sleep. No, if I close, I see him more clearly. Wow. Then she was worried. Why such a very powerful person, first time in his life, became little scared. She started calling everyone, why is he speaking like this? I never saw him behave like that. That's how it started. By 9:30, he developed heavy breathing, he started breathing problems, and he got a lot of fever, and by 10 o'clock, it became very serious. And all the people who came to attend my program, they are very rich people, admitted into Apollo Hospital, one of the big hospitals of India. And not knowing this, I landed at 3 p.m. in the evening, in the afternoon. Somebody came and picked me up. When I reached home, this is the news. My sister's husband is in a very serious stage. And this lady's father came and said, he has only one thing. Save me, save me, save me. This person is telling, he's taking me with him. He did not have any other statement, only one statement. This lady came and said, I'm sorry, if only I knew, I would not have told you to come. I'm very, very sorry. I said, don't worry, that's no problem. I'm leaving anyway tomorrow. So I was sitting like this. I couldn't digest this. Around 6 o'clock, suddenly it flashed. Hey, this is Yamaduta, And I asked her, do you have neck beads? She said, yes. Go to the hospital and take your neck beads and put it around his neck. Tell the doctors, even if they perform operation, they should not remove this neck beads. She said, yes, yes, yes. So she rushed to the hospital and she took her neck beads and put it around his neck. And I really do not know what would have happened, but according to her version, he didn't complain afterwards. Half an hour later, he went into coma. But before going into coma, because nobody was believing him, he asked for a paper and pen. And this was drawn by him. This picture was drawn by him. And then he described, because he was on the deathbed, and he drew lying down. That is not an artist. But he said that person is very scary. The tongue is out. Tongue is out. And it's very scary. And he went to coma. After he got this neck beads, the next day morning, 5 o'clock, he left the world. So this lady, I mean, only Krishna knew, I don't know, because sixth canto Srimad Bhāgavatam says, where Tulsi is there, where Gangajal is there, where devotees are there, I mean especially this Tilak, Yamaraj says don't go to them. I have a feeling at least he was saved, but I really do not know. So the whole thing is, then this lady came to America, and what she did, she scanned his picture and she sent it to everyone. Guys, wake up, wake up, wake up. In the name of party, we do so many wrong things, but this is what's going to happen. She is initiated today, actually. I mean, she was initiated so many years ago. So the point is, in America, actually I have so many stories actually, real. There is something, a technical term, in medical term called terminal restlessness. What is it called? Just the patient becomes restless until he dies. So doctors, there is like an invention for American doctors. The moment he becomes restless, doctors will tell, hey, you call your relatives, he's going to leave the world. But nobody knew why he's restless. Don't come. Like this, he'll become very restless. So doctors in America, they coined a word, what is it called? Terminal restlessness. But really what's happening is, this Prabhu is seeing the Yamadutas who are invisible to others. Then they try to capture him, whatever drama that happens, doctors are coining the word terminal restlessness. But the reality is actually trying to run away from them, but he cannot. He or she, of course. How many stories you want, I can tell that many stories actually. We are in New York City, this is more relevant. There's a Beth Israel Hospital, Mount Sinai. So, what is his name? Our, not Dayal Garang, but he wanted to become, when he was a brahmachari for so many years, then he wanted to get married. American brahmachari only. So what he did, if you join, you become a, what is that? They'll give you 1-2 years training in this hospital, and what is it? I forgot the technical term, the job name. Religious, what is it? Chaplain. You can become a religious chaplain. They'll pay you nicely. So he decided to become that. He joined this Beth Israel Hospital. One day we sat and he told me 10-15 stories, the same stories. He said this hospital is like a full of every room. One lady said, he told me, hey, I'm a very devout Christian, why is it happening to me? I am seeing these guys, they are telling, he said, mere declaring yourself as, devout Christian doesn't work. You need to follow sincerely. So one day we sat and he spoke for 2 hours continuously. The stories of messengers of death, Yamadutas coming and climbing, and the reactions of the patients in this hospital, which is very close by. So that's why, if you want, I can tell the rest of the time telling the different stories only. Or the class. Which story? What do you want to hear? Yeah, Yamadutas. Okay, I'll tell one Indian story actually, because American story is over. One day, one of the brahmacharis was very sick, in Mumbai. So then all the brahmacharis in temple, they decided to take breakfast, lunch and dinner for him. They made a schedule. Morning this brahmachari will take, afternoon this brahmachari will take, like that. The brahmachari's his room is 5th floor, some floor, I don't remember which floor. One day one brahmachari turn came and he was taking the lunch box. India is not like America, it's very open, third world country. So he was just passing through the corridor to go to the lift. He was very suddenly turned like this. He froze. He froze, and what happened? He saw 2 Yamadutas guarding. They were guarding the room. Then his heart started beating fast. And he went forward. See, human nature, right? What you will do after, immediately he went further forward. What you will do afterwards? You will turn back. Yes or no? She turned back. They were there. He went further, climbed the lift, went upstairs, gave the tiffin box. And now he had to go back to the temple. I have a question for you. Will he try to see again or not? So then what happened? He gave the lunch box and came down. He told the brahmachari, I am going. He came down. And again he was walking. Purposefully he chose. He could have chosen some other exit. But he was going. Turned like this. They were there. Next day, brahmachari sketched another sketch. The Yamadutas were there, guarding the entrance.
Why were they guarding the entrance?
Listen. So next day, some other brahmachari scheduled to take the box. He said, I want to go. So they said, go ahead. He came back next day. He was passing through the room number. He looked inside. They were not there. And he asked the supervisor there, yesterday there is some patient. Where is that patient? The patient passed away yesterday evening. That patient, he passed away yesterday evening. Then he understood. That's why they are not there. You're listening? Understanding? So what time they came to take him? And actually some brahmacharis are very internationally famous now. I don't want to tell their names, but so he told all the brahmacharis, yesterday I saw 2 Yamadutas and today they are not there. So this is really real.
This was in a hospital? Or?
This was a hospital. He was admitted in a hospital actually. So the point is, Prabhupada actually, one time Srila Prabhupada was asked, you're a guru from India, but you are taking all these flights. What is that? Why are you, taking all the flights and traveling here and there? Prabhupada said, people are going to hell left and right. So I'm traveling in the flight to stop them going to hell. So I'm flying to different cities to stop people from going to hell. Prabhupada said that. So the point is, that's why one has to sincerely chant, sincerely follow Bhakti Yoga process, because our presence, maybe tomorrow is our last day. Our presence in this world is very temporary. I congratulate all of you for having taken up the process sincerely and seriously. And I encourage you to take it up until the last minute. Never get down the bus. Srila Prabhupada said, if you chant 16 months and follow 4 great principles, means if you follow the Bhakti Yoga process, Prabhupada said, I'll take you back to Godhead. One person, this question was asked in New Vrindavan. Prabhupada, we are not very pure, we are very impure. Prabhupada finished the class. Any questions? Prabhupada, we are not at all pure. And what is our hope of going back to Godhead? Prabhupada, he adjusted his, he closed the book and he said, if you are 90% pure, I'll take you back to Godhead. New Vrindavan, everyone became silent. Wow. Prabhupada picked up chadar and put it on his shoulder and he said, if you are 80% pure, I'll take you back to Godhead. He picked up his cane and he stood up and said, if you are 70% pure, I'll take you back to Godhead. Then he adjusted everything, ready to move. What is the next one? If you are
60, 50.
Prabhupada said, they were expecting 60. Prabhupada said, that is too much. I have already given enough. So Prabhupada stopped at 70% and he walked out. So if he can become up to 70% pure, Prabhupada said he'll take us back to Godhead. And another place Prabhupada said, if you are not qualified to enter the front door, I'll take you there from the back door. Prabhupada said that. And Prabhupada said, ISKCON is there in the spiritual world also. So, the thing is, very important thing is preaching actually. If you sincerely follow, you are saved. Our concern is always for outsiders. That's why Srila Prabhupada left everything and came to Vrindavan. Came to New York from Vrindavan. So, what is that? Binatsi goram bhavapasa bandham binatsi sarvasya chamasta bandham. So our senses are pulling towards hell. But Krishna's attraction, Krishna is so beautiful. He is also attracting towards himself. Life is a choice. You want to be attracted by Krishna, you want to be attracted by Maya. Maya means what? Senses. Sensual attraction. This much happiness, this much suffering, this much happiness, this much suffering. Actually the further verses are even more difficult. In 3 minutes you have taken 90, how many yojanas? Thus he has to pass 99,000 yojanas. How many? 99,000 yojanas. So let us take 100,000 into 8. Means 800,000 miles in 2 or 3 moments. Zup. I was telling last time I was speaking, that lady, she was taken away and the area was so hot. She was fainting because of that heat. So the yojanas within 2 to 3 moments. And then he is at once engaged in torturous punishment, which he is destined to suffer. Wow. While passing on the road to the abode of Yamaraj, he falls down in the fatigue. Sometimes he becomes unconscious, but he is forced to rise again. In this way, he is very quickly brought to the presence of Yamaraj. Wow. The verse before actually. Under the scorching sun, the criminal has to pass through the roads of hot sand with forest fires on both sides. He is whipped on the back by the constables because of his inability to walk, and is afflicted by hunger and thirst. But unfortunately, there is no drinking water, no shelter, no place for rest on the road. So life is a choice. Do you want to be attracted to, do we want to be attracted to Krishna's beauty or Maya's allurements? Life is a choice. So, what is that? Once we go there, supposing we don't know swimming, But you want to swim, what they will do? The trainers, what they will do? They'll give you a swimsuit. Yes or no? I know they'll give you probably a tire, something where you can float and learn swimming. Likewise, when we go to this hellish regions, they give you a suit called Yatana Sarir. Once you wear it, your body can go through any type of suffering, but you don't die. That's why, he is placed in the midst of burning pieces of wood. His limbs are set on fire. In some cases, he is made to eat his own flesh or have it eaten by others. Still, you don't die. There is actually one lecture by Radhana Swami. So there is a hell called, what is it? Asipatravana. So they'll take you to the top of the tree, and from there, they'll bring you down fast. Your body is shredded into pieces. Maharaj said, you don't die. Another place where you'll be fried into a pan of oil like a pakoda, but you don't die because of the suit that is given to you. But what is the beauty of this thing? After going through this punishment for so many years, once your punishment is done, you'll get a promotion. You know what promotion you'll get? They'll ask you, you want to become Yamaduta? Of course, I want to be. He'll become Yamaduta. Hare Krishna. And the soul thinks, I'm happy being Yamaduta. What a sad state of affairs. Huh? After doing like that, finally, once they come back, again in the cycle of birth and death, different animals finally obtain the body of human being. But because of that, remembrance of sense gratification, again same things. That is the reason why what we have to do is, actually Gaur Maharaj says, cry that you can't cry. Apanna samsritingoram yannama vivashogrunan tada sadhyo vimuchyeta yad vibeti swayam bhayam. If you just chant the holy name of Krishna, you will at once become free from the cycle of birth and death. Even death is scared of Krishna. Yad vibeti swayam bhayam. So, rather than being worried for, being worried for all these things, we should develop attraction for Krishna and go back to Godhead. Fifth canto, when so many Americans joined, fifth canto was not there. Then what happened? After staying in the temple for some time, some people left the temple. Then fifth canto came. Then they read it. Some people came back and joined full time again. I'm serious. Why? Who wants to leave the, when they read it, oh, this is what's going to happen. We are so fortunate to have taken up Krishna consciousness. So let us continue like that. So the point is, time is running out for everyone. Heart is filled with impurities. So yeah, we should come to Mangalarti. Attend Bhāgavatam class. Chant the holy name. Family members, will they come with us? No. The money people earn in the world, will the money come with them? No. Nobody. What will come with them? What will come with us? How much we have chanted, how much service we have rendered, that's it. How much we have chanted and how much service we have rendered. Only these two things will come, nothing else will come. Yeah. I know this is definitely scary, but there's a reality. I'm finishing. Any question or comment? Otherwise, we'll end it.
If you look in the pastime of Arjuna, how the young Dutas came, but the Krishna Dutas also say
Pastime of
Arjuna.
Arjuna. Ajamila.
So can these things happen to devotees? Can it happen to devotees?
Why not? So, actually, 6th canto of Bhāgavatam, Ajamil story, there is there for so many reasons. One, to show the power of the holy name. Ajamil did not take any training and did not attend any seminar on the holy name. Ajamil till the last day was sinful. This Ajamil story is only to exemplify the glories of the holy name, Harinam, the power of the Harinam. And you remember, I told 2 weeks, last week I told one story. This lady from Punjab, Satnam Kaur, she attended in her life only 15 minutes Harinam and Harikatha. 15 minutes. Then she told her friend, I have to leave. She left. But then, Yamaraj was actually, her apartment 1, apartment 2. 2 ladies with the same name. I told the story. You were there that day? No, you were not there. This is another, actually, when I read it, I was really, I was impressed actually. You were there, right, the last time? This lady was in home 1. There is another lady with the same name, home 2. One day, she slept. Suddenly, when she woke up, 4 people came and started taking her. She was crying for help, nobody was helping. She was going through the very hottest regions. Finally, she was presented before Yamaraj. Yamaraj said, what is it she has done? Immediately the scribe, he gave that record. Start reading. All the sinful activities she did. Finally read. Why? She attended 15 minutes of Krishna Kirtan and Harikatha, Krishna Katha. If she has attended Krishna Katha, why is she here? He asked Chitragupta. Chitragupta was shocked. Said, my lord, give me the document back. And he took the back and said, my lord, there is a problem. In that area, there is home 1, home 2. Home 2 lady also, whose name is also same name, Satnam Kaur. Instead of bringing Kaur 2, they brought Kaur 1. No, this lady should go back. Then Yamaraj said, send her back. She has attended Kirtan. She has attended Katha. She said, I have a question. What? I've done a lot of philanthropy, I'm a social activist. I gave medicine, I gave them clothing, I gave them food. Nothing could save me. Yamaraj said, good karma cannot cancel bad karma. Good karma, if you have good karma, you'll enjoy on planet Earth or in the higher planets. But good karma cannot cancel sinful activities. Just because you fortunately attended that, you don't need to, by mistake, you are told this. By mistake, you are brought here only to make others know about this. Good karma cannot cancel the sinful activity. When she opened her eyes, she couldn't believe. She couldn't understand anything. She was filled with garlands. What happened? She died. Everyone was crying, all the relatives. She turned back, they were all crying. They were getting ready to cremate her. When she opened her eyes, they started crying in happiness. She came back. Ooh. Then 20 minutes later, the next door, they started hearing the cries. That lady died. Then she understood. This is not a dream, this is real. He said, we brought you, we wrongly brought you. The next lady, the lady from the next door had to be brought. Then she understood. She started attending Kirtan and Katha. One speaker asked her, why are you coming to my program every day? He went to different village, different city. She was there also. She said, my career could not save me, my family members could not save me, the money I earned could not save me. 15 minutes of Harikatha, that could only save me. Then what is the use of the rest of the things? That's why I am coming here. And she told her whole story. So Ajamil's story is only for one reason, the power of the Harinam. So what are we doing? We are training ourselves to remember Krishna at the time of death. Etavan sanka yogabhyam swadharma parinishtaya janmala pumsam antye narayana smriti. Hey, you're an engineer, you're a doctor, you're a professor, or a simple householder, you're a full-time monk. Nature says, I don't care. Can you remember Krishna at the time of death? Antye Narayana Smriti. We all have to write one exam. What is that one exam? Remembering Krishna at the time of death. If we can remember Krishna, we'll go back to Godhead. We don't need to attend this class again. If you remember something else, yad bhavam tad bhavati. Whatever you remember, you'll become that. Antikalacha mameva. Sorry, yamyamba vismaran bhavam tijatyam dekalevaram tam temevati kavanteya sada tad bhavavita. Whatever you remember, if you, Maharaj Bharat, because of whom India got the name Bharat, he remembered deer. Next lifetime he became a deer. If you, whomever you remember, you'll become that. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. But if you remember Krishna, you'll go back to Krishna. So, very interestingly, Ajamil was sinful. But Krishna, that's why anybody that does any service to Krishna, it is an eternal credit. Krishna doesn't forget that. One lecture, Radhana Swami says, what type of master do you think Krishna is? One time, you have done service throughout your life, but at the end you couldn't remember Krishna. Radhana Swami said, what type of master do you think Krishna is? He is not a hard-hearted master, he is a soft-hearted father. You have done service to Krishna throughout your life. End of the life, you could not remember him. Krishna will remember you. And Krishna will come and pick you up. Bhishma did not remember Krishna. But Krishna thought of Bhishma because because he did a lot of service to Krishna. And looking into the eyes of Krishna, Bhishma left the world. Ramanacharya 1000 years ago, he said, throughout your life you work for Krishna, Krishna will remember you, even if you can't remember him. That is the power of Bhakti Yoga. Does it answer your question? Ajamil's story is about power of the holy name. Even if you just chant the name, he is calling his son. He is not calling Narayan. He is calling his son whose name happens to be Narayan. But of course, Sridhar Swami says, as he is calling Narayan, Krishna gave him the realization at the end, and he remembered Narayan. But because of Krishna's grace. And Radhana Swami lecture is there. Because he helplessly chanted, the chanting became offenseless. Free from all the 10 offenses. Very interestingly, we don't read the 10 offenses in our temple every day here. So we should know 10 offenses. We should try to avoid. You chant in the morning, but you do wrong things in the evening, that's called Namaparada. But you chant in the morning, consciously trying to avoid these 10 offenses. But still, for various reasons, you are unable to avoid the 10 offenses, but you are trying, it's called Nama Abhasa. Namavas. Reflection of the holy name. But if you keep on sincerely trying, eventually you'll attain perfection. Does it answer your question? We'll end it here. Srimad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.